Hello everybody. I was just reading through the comments of the last video and one comment stuck with me. AI VI sub chhod do, SAP once get into it and life set hai. This was the comment that I read and it kind of like bothered me a bit because I have been involved in the AI world for the last 2 years personally, building products, selling products and all this stuff, and I can see how the industry is transforming, and I hope I give you some raw real perspective in this video and that can help you change your thought process also a bit.
Because of generative AI and the reasoning capability of AI, you will go from static knowledge to dynamic contextual information.
Today we're talking about vibe coding. There's a new kind of coding I call vibe coding, where you fully give in to the vibes, embrace exponentials.
This will lead to India becoming the AI use capital of the world.
I was talking recently to a senior AI leader who is leading the AI department for one of the mid-sized IT companies, and he said the same thing which I am going to talk to you about in this entire video. And also I'm going to share with you a few companies which are actively hiring right now. You just open on LinkedIn and you will find these companies posting a few job openings. So let's get started with the first point. What is happening in the industry today? Well, even if you take a step back, over the decades, IT companies have made a lot of money through a core set of companies and clients. They do what is called as a digital transformation project, right? Cloud migrations, maintenance, digital transformation, all these projects were the bread and butter of IT services companies for the last few decades. But now these projects, they are being done by not necessarily armies of people, 300, 400 people. You don't need 300, 400 people to do these projects. All you need is one subscription and probably 1/5 of the team size to do the same work. And India as a country was thriving because we had something called as labor arbitrage. And what does this mean? In simple words, in India, if you can hire a senior developer for 20 lakhs, to hire the same person in the US, you probably have to spend 2 to 3 crores. So the American company will say, hey, why don't I hire 2 people in India instead of 1 person in the US? But now with AI kicking in, you don't even need the 2 people. You can just go with 1 person on site and couple of subscriptions, whether it is ChatGPT, whether it is Cursor, whether it is any other AI tool. So the entire model of the IT services industry is questioned a lot today. That labor arbitrage is now crumbling at its core level. So what are the core fundamental implications for you and me? And before we get started with the first one, a quick shout out to our sponsors for today's video, Odin School. Odin School has launched a certification program in Applied Generative AI course in collaboration with E&ICT Academy, IIT Guwahati. It's a live instructor-led course where you will be learning technologies and tools to build and deploy generative AI models. These are not just theoretical concepts, but you will actually be executing them on 20 plus practical projects. Once you complete the course, you will be certified by E&ICT Academy, IIT Guwahati, and along with that, you will also get the course completion certificate. Not just that, all successful learners will be eligible for an immersive program at the IIT Guwahati campus. This course is taught by the mentors from the academic world and also experts from the corporate world. Once you complete the program, you will be eligible for their holistic placement support, which will continue for 18 months, and you will have a lot of mock interviews and behavioral interviews. Right now, there is an early bird discount offer of 12,000 rupees. You also have options to pay through an EMI, and scholarships are also available. Highly recommended program, so please go ahead and check out the program through the link in the description. Now coming back into the video, and the first point I want to talk about regarding the implications for you and me is one, there used to be lots and lots of layers of people managers, somebody who is managing delivery, then somebody who is managing the client, somebody who is managing between recruitment, people leaving, people disgruntled, hiring new people, onboarding new people into the project. There were multiple levels, or there are as of today as well, multiple levels of people within any IT services company. What they do is just people management, no coding, no value add, real value add to the client. They are just managing people. Now, when AI is coming in, And instead of 5 people, if one person is enough to do that job, what will happen to the people managers? You don't have 5 people to manage, you just have one person. So a lot of people manager roles are the first to be impacted. 15 years, 20 years of work experience into people management, nowhere to go. Now you might ask, hey, this is really a doomsday prediction. Is this really going to happen? Just check on Google Amazon mid-management layoffs and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Amazon did lay off their mid-level managers. The second implication that you need to also understand is that because of these overall AI productivity tools, a lot of work is getting automated. And as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, when I was talking to one of the portfolio managers of a private equity company, she very clearly said that, hey, 90% of the current AI productivity tools, their target is engineering teams. Now, when these productivity tools are coming in, what they are doing is they are removing the need for the bottom level hierarchy ka workforce. And what does this mean? You don't need a lot of freshers who should be trained and who then will start adding value to the overall organization. Just a simple example. Is there a need for Infosys to lay off 300 to 400 freshers? Absolutely no need. So mid-level managers and freshers, both the roles are at a huge risk. So now there are proofs as well that this is already happening. So if you think, still going back to the first comment that I made in this video, that hey, once get in SAP and life set hai, no, I don't think that holds true as of today. Then what should you do? Well, one thing that I would strongly recommend is see which companies are opening up their offices in India. One of the biggest GCCs, Global Capability Centers, which means an offshore office for a huge MNC based out of the US or the Western world that is opening this year is McDonald's. And McDonald's is opening up a lot of jobs in Hyderabad. Do go ahead and search on LinkedIn McDonald's job openings and you will find quite a few of them. And there are a lot more GCCs which are opening up their offices in India. If you want me to talk more about it, do let me know. Or you comment with whatever GCCs you know are opening up in the next few weeks or few months. It's a huge, huge opportunity. The second thing that I would want you guys to really think about and do well is how can you be the top 1% in the field that you are? Now, why does this being in the top 1%, top 2%, why does it matter? Because when I was talking to this IT company's AI head who is managing close to 1,000 to 2,000 people, he said very clearly that people who are really good are able to increase their overall outcomes by 5 times. An average employee is able to increase the total number of outcomes by 50%. So there is a 2x difference if you are an average employee in terms of how much you can improve your productivity through AI. If you are really good with what you do, you can probably improvise by 5x. And this translates to a lot of job opportunities. You should be able to go and demonstrate that, hey, you are really good in that particular field, whether it is through a course, whether it is through work experience on top of that course, or whether it is through your side hustles or interest network. There are a lot of ways to demonstrate that interest. Probably you have to do all of them together. So don't underestimate the power of being in that top 1% in your own field. If you are watching this video until this point, please do make sure that, hey, you go do that self-assessment of what can you improvise, why you should spend time to improve yourself in that particular space, and how can you, with the support of AI tools, actually get better today. Do not ignore these things. I'll see you again in the next one. Thank you so much, guys. See you again. Bye-bye.